Hello guys, well today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to make a beep system, which this beep system will make you set an interval which will make the timer go off depending on the interval, which is right here, and you'll have to set the timer intervals up here and click set interval, and you should see your number right here that you just set in. Here's instruction. We'll put instructions in. I'll put this in the side of the description because there's a certain amount of spaces you need for it to go down to the second line, and it does work. I'll give you an example. We'll set it for 1000 because I don't want it to beep a ton. Here is the beeping sounds. Okay, and now we begin. Okay, now open up Visual Basic. I have Visual Basic 2010 and 2008. I've seen that the most common is 2008, but it's the same all around, except there's some parts in 2010 that is different. So now let's create a new project. Select Create New Project from the sidebar. This is also in 2008, right here. So we have Create Project in both of them. So let's create the project, and it'll be a Windows Form application, and we'll name it Beeping System Advanced because I got help for the basics, like how to get it to beep. And now let's resize it to about here. That looks good. And let's put in 4 buttons. So find the buttons. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Name button 1 beep, and drag it down to this corner and resize it to however large you want it. And button 2, we want it to be start. So we'll put this down here. It won't look exact, I know that for sure, because I change mine every single time I make them. So, okay, same size. Now, let's extend this up. Now let's name button 2, my bad. I got them mixed up. Button 2, start. And button 3, stop. And button 4 will be all the way up here, but don't worry about button 4 yet. Now let's drag in a timer, just drop it anywhere, and drag in 2 labels. With label 1, put it up here in the corner right here, and drop in a text box. So find the text boxes, just drop one in. I like aligning mine, you don't have to. And let's put it close to the edge. Try to line everything up. Now button 4, resize it to however big you want it, and put it right under the text box and rename it Set Interval. And then we will take label 1 and rename it to change interval amount. How about that? Interval amount. Now let's drag it back and label 2 can be right here. And let's resize this font by going into the properties, then font, and change it to 12 so that it's fairly big. Okay, now change label 2 name to interval colon 0. Oops. Click the form and rename it to beeping system parentheses advanced. And now, once that's changed, let's go to label 2 and rename it interval 0. Interval colon space 0. Should look like this when you've got the layout done. Now we have one more to put in, and it's the rich text box. Now let's drag it to about where a couple inches away from where the button is. So right there. And get all the way over to the beginning of interval amount and interval 0. And resize it so that it's about that big. Now paste into this the information in the side description. I'm just going to move these over and extend them. Okay. Now let's go and paste it. Select the text box and go and change the text to what's in the side. Okay, there, we got it changed. Now let's just run the program to debug it so that the exe and our thing. Okay, you can see they can edit the text, right? We need to change that. Now we have to go over to here and find read only